Season 3 picks up not long after where Season 2 left. Belly and Jeremiah are officially a couple. The first episode opens with scenes of warmth, laughter, and what appears to be the beginning of their love story. They're holding hands on the beach, sharing inside jokes, and trying to enjoy the simple moments before college life begins. Belly has convinced herself that this is exactly what she wanted. She chose Jeremiah. He's loyal, honest, and safe. After everything she went through with Conrad, the drama, the confusion, and the pain, she just wanted peace, and that's exactly what Jeremiah gave her. Peace. But even in the quietest moments, Belly can't shake the shadow in the back of her mind. It's not loud, it's not even clear, but it's always there, the thought of Conrad. She hasn't seen him in weeks. After she chose Jeremiah, Conrad kept his distance. He didn't fight, didn't beg, didn't even reach out. And that silence, it hurts more than any words could. Belly buries those thoughts deep inside and focuses on the present. She and Jeremiah are getting ready for college together. Laurel, Belly's mother, tries to be supportive, but there's a stiffness in her smile. She doesn't fully approve, and Belly knows it. Still, she presses on. The audience gets to see Belly and Jeremiah visiting college campuses, meeting new friends, and talking about the future. They even talk about moving in together. On the outside, everything looks perfect, but something feels off. There's a weight in Belly's eyes that even her laughter can't hide. She's trying, really trying to be happy. And Jeremiah, he notices. He knows something's bothering her, but he brushes it off, hoping time will fix whatever it is. He believes that if he just loves her enough, she'll love him back, the same way. But love isn't always about trying harder. Sometimes, it's about facing the truth you don't want to admit. As the episode unfolds, we start to see the small cracks forming. Belly's phone buzzes late one night. She looks at it and hesitates. It's a number she knows too well, but hasn't seen in a while. Conrad. She doesn't open the message, but her face says it all. A storm is coming, and Belly knows it. She deletes the message. But the past doesn't disappear that easily. The tension begins to grow. During a beach bonfire party, Jeremiah tells Belly he's planning something special for them, a weekend trip before college starts. He wants it to be romantic, something just for the two of them. Belly nods and agrees, but again, her smile is forced. She's distracted, and we see it more clearly. When she zones out during conversations, she's remembering things. Moments with Conrad, the good, the bad, the ones that made her feel alive. Then just when you think the episode is setting up for a sweet, slow-burning college romance, it happens. A bombshell. The very last scene changes everything. Belly arrives home after a quiet day at the beach. She walks into the kitchen, opens the fridge, grabs a drink, and turns around. There he is, Conrad, standing in her house, uninvited, unexpected, and looking like he hasn't slept in days. He doesn't say anything at first, neither does Belly. The tension is so thick, it's hard to breathe. Then he finally speaks, in a soft, breaking voice. I made a mistake, Belly. And that's where the screen cuts to black, no music, no preview. Just silence. That final line shakes the entire foundation of everything. Belly thought she knew. Jeremiah. Conrad, her own heart. Everything is back in motion. That single sentence, I made a mistake. Belly is all it takes to turn Belly's carefully built world upside down. Everything she thought she had figured out starts slipping through her fingers. Her breath catches, and for a second, time seems to freeze. Jeremiah's smile, their beach dates, the talks about college, all of it fades into the background. Because standing right there, in her kitchen, is the boy who broke her heart. And the boy who still owns part of it. Belly doesn't respond immediately. How could she? So many emotions are flooding in at once: shock, confusion, anger, and deep down, a feeling she tried so hard to bury: hope. Conrad looks different, not just in appearance but in the way he stands, in the way he looks at her. He's not hiding behind jokes or silence anymore. His eyes are tired, but honest. You can tell that whatever he's about to say, it's coming from a place of real pain and vulnerability. But before he can say more, Jeremiah walks in, and just like that, the air thickens with unspoken history. Jeremiah freezes when he sees Conrad. He looks at Belly, then back at his brother. His jaw tightens. He doesn't yell. He doesn't even speak. But the tension between the two brothers says everything. Conrad quickly mumbles that he just came to return something. An excuse so weak it falls apart the moment it leaves his lips. Jeremiah doesn't buy it. Belly stands frozen, caught between the two people she's been trying to keep apart for months. The silence stretches. Finally, Conrad walks out. No shouting match. No confrontation. But the damage has already been done. Jeremiah turns to Belly and quietly asks, "Did you know he was coming?" Belly shakes her head. She didn't. But the fact that Conrad came at all and the way Belly looked at him, a mark Jeremiah can't ignore. That night, nothing is said. But everything has changed. The next morning, Belly tries to carry on like nothing happened. She makes breakfast, talks about the upcoming trip Jeremiah planned, and even laughs at his jokes. But Jeremiah can feel the distance. He's been with Belly long enough to know when something's wrong. He brushes it off, thinking it's just stress or nerves about college. But the seed of doubt has already been planted. Meanwhile, Belly can't get Conrad's words out of her head. I made a mistake. What did he mean? Was he talking about letting her go? About not fighting for her? Or was it something deeper, something he's been holding in since last summer? That question haunts her as she goes through her day. She finds herself replaying their moments from the past nights on the beach. Late night talks, stolen glances. The kind of memories that don't just fade, they stay buried. Quietly waiting to rise again. Later in the episode, Laurel notices Belly is distracted. Her mother gently asks if everything's okay. Belly nods, but Laurel doesn't push. She knows her daughter too well. She knows something has shifted. Then, a new surprise. Conrad texts Belly, "Can we talk? Just once. I need to explain." Belly stares at the screen. Her fingers hover over the keyboard. She knows that meeting Conrad again could open old wounds or worse, new ones. But she also knows that until she hears him out, she'll never be able to move forward, whether that's with Jeremiah or on her own, so she agrees. They meet at the pier just like they used to. It's quiet, windy, familiar. Conrad is nervous. Not in a fake, awkward way, but in the real, raw kind of nervousness that only comes when you're about to tell someone the truth. "You've been hiding for too long." He tells Belly that he left because he thought he was protecting her. He didn't want to drag her into his pain after Susanna's death. He admits that he pretended not to care because he thought that would help her move on faster. But seeing her with Jeremiah, truly with him, made him realize the one thing he never stopped feeling: he still loves her. Belly listens, quietly, carefully. She doesn't cry, she doesn't interrupt, but her heart is racing, because deep down, she's been waiting to hear those words, and that scares her more than anything. As they part ways, Conrad doesn't ask for anything. He doesn't beg her to leave Jeremiah. He just says, "I needed you to know." That moment is more powerful than any confession could be. It's not just about love. It's about timing, growth, and the people they've become. Belly walks away. But she's not the same girl who walked in. She's shaken, not because she doubts Jeremiah, but because she finally realizes something she's been trying to ignore for too long. Her heart still belongs to Conrad, but the war isn't over yet. Jeremiah's love is real. His support, his loyalty, his gentle way of always being there, it matters. And Belly's not ready to throw it all away. Not yet. Belly is now trapped in an emotional storm that no one else can see, but it's tearing her apart from the inside. She tries to carry on as if nothing has changed. She still smiles for Jeremiah, still makes plans for college, still posts pictures of them looking like the perfect couple. But the truth, it's hiding in her eyes. Her mind keeps going back to Conrad's voice, those soft words he left her. With "I needed you to know," Jeremiah senses something's wrong. He's not blind. He notices Belly becoming distant, more distracted than usual. She's forgetting the little things, missing calls, zoning out during conversations, smiling without meaning it. At first, he chalks it up to college stress. Maybe she's nervous. Maybe the pressure is getting to her. But in his heart, a fear is growing, one he doesn't want to face. Then comes the turning point. One evening, while sitting on the beach with Belly, Jeremiah brings up Conrad. It's casual at first. "It was weird seeing him at the house," he says. "You sure you didn't know he was coming?" Belly looks away. "No, I didn't." Jeremiah nods, but his jaw tightens. He doesn't push it. But the silence that follows, it says everything he knows. Conrad's presence has stirred something inside Belly. He knows she's thinking about him. And worst of all, he knows that despite everything he's done for her, everything he's given her, he still might lose her. Meanwhile, Belly is fighting a war inside her heart. She wants to believe she chose right. That being with Jeremiah is the best thing for her. He's good. He's kind. He's safe.